Hey, what's up, my fragrance aficionados? It's your boy J Rocks. Today, we're gonna be coming at you with another raw, uncut, and uncensored episode of Fragrance Talk. Now, today I got my guest here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike D with Making Sense.
Yeah. Some of you might be familiar with him. He's been here a few times. We're gonna be trying to make a live stream every Wednesday in between 6 and 6:30 or so. Today we ran a little more late. We're trying to get a schedule going at around 6, but things get crazy sometimes out in the real world. Things don't go according to plan, and like for today, for example, we're here a little more late than scheduled. But better late than never. So everybody who's here, who joins in, glad for having you, and hope you guys enjoy today's episode. We're gonna be talking today about, Valentine's Day just around the corner. So what would you recommend to some of those young bucks out there that got themselves a girlfriend and it's their first Valentine's Day, or someone that's older and is looking to get a new fragrance? They haven't bought a new fragrance in a while. So we're gonna bring some recommendations out there. So if they're checking out this video, maybe they get an idea of something new that they could try that they might not have in their arsenal, or they're not sure what to get or how to go about it. This would be a nice video to watch. So you wanna go first, or should I?
I can grab one first. I can do one. You want to do one after that and go from
Yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah. We'll rotate one and one. So
All
what
right.
you got? So technically, it's gonna be 10 fragrances then.
Hey, that works, man. We get a bunch of
Yeah,
them.
top
So
10 list.
there you go. We'll start with this guy right here. I don't know if you've tried this one yet or you've had your nose on it. Look at that Parfums de Marly Galloway.
Gallo. Yeah, no, I heard of it. I never tried it though.
Super easy to wear fragrance. Mass appealing, clean, easy. Honestly, if you imagine a fragrance like a clean cotton or fresh linen, like linen spray for like a room or a bathroom even, think of a really nice fragrance version of that. It's really easy to wear, mass appealing. It's not sweet in any way, so it's a really good one if you don't have someone that really likes a really rich fragrance. So
Hmm.
this is one of those right there. Galloway performs really well too.
So do you think that's kind of something you could have as a signature scent?
Yeah, you could absolutely use that for a signature scent. It's easy to wear. You could literally use it for work. You can use it for play. You can use it for anything you want, date night, and it's just really easy to go for. Trying to think how to describe it any more than that, but there's nothing like harsh about this. There's nothing too sweet. There's nothing too tart. There's not literally. It's an extremely safe fragrance, but it's a really nice fragrance. It's one that not many people talk about either. You don't hear a lot
Okay.
play about it, right?
Yeah. I heard it a few times, but yeah, it's not like in a bunch of top 10 list or anything.
No, but for a date night, it's really good. And what I would do is probably have something sweet sitting in my pocket for later to spray on the way out.
All right.
What do you got first, my good man?
I'll start with something that's last year's release. It was pretty popular. It's probably one of top and everybody's top three of 2019 releases, and that's Armani Code Absolute. It was kind of sweet. It got a little bit of that root beer vibe. It's kind of like a fizzy, if you will, or bubbly, whatever you want to call it. It's nice. It's a little sweet, but not off-putting. At least not to me. It's not to the point where it's too sweet, like a gourmandish or anything. I believe it has a soft leather, and what else does it have? I mainly get that the best way for me to describe it is that light root beer touch, that root beer float type of smell. So it might have some vanilla. You know how you make the root beer floats with that vanilla ice cream?
Yeah.
That vibe. And the projection is not beast mode, but it's not soft either. So you could even use it as a signature scent most of the year outside of summer. It's nice. I wouldn't say it's super versatile, but it isn't like pigeonholed into just one type of niche occasion. And I think this works very good as a date fragrance. It has some sex appeal to it, like
Oh,
most Armani Code line do. They have that Armani Code DNA. Is I find it to be kind of sexy, pretty
yeah.
attractive.
I'll have to admit with you, dude. I 1000% agree. I don't have that fragrance, so I'm about that much jealous right now. Just about that much, like a whole size of a head. I was gonna grab Profumo because that's another great one, like you said, with the Armani Code DNA. Epic for date night or going out or whatever it is. It's just they're very, very easy to wear. And that absolute, I
Like
smell.
I personally like Profumo a little more than this one, but they're both you can't lose with either.
Yeah, I got my nose on that one. Absolute. Maybe it was Friday or Saturday, whatever day it was. I went out and tested a few at like Macy's locally, and I tried 5 different fragrances, and I hated all of them except for that one, which I was like, I kind of get depressed because the price tag of Macy's is ridiculous. So I wasn't gonna buy it
Yeah,
there. But
yeah,
man,
yeah.
it smelled so good. It smelled so good. That's definitely on my list to pick up.
Yeah, it's hard to find a Armani Code fragrance, at least for me, that isn't good. In
Oh yeah,
general, all fragrances are good. The worst thing you could say about them is they're uninspired, unoriginal. You've seen it before, but for the most part, companies are not planning to bring out something that's just bad.
right. Yeah, no, definitely agree with
The
you on that.
difference is which one is better. Like which one would you want to spend money on? But as far as wearability, most are, they're not operating to the point you don't want to wear it.
Yeah, unless they intentionally do that with something like secretions or one of those crazy fragrances. That thing's horrible. I have
Yeah,
that
yeah.
thing.
Unless there's
It's
some like
horrible.
real specific notes you're just not into.
There you go. Well, I'll give you another one here. Why not grab another fragrance? This one here is probably out of this list. I would say it's probably the one that most people would smell and say, "Okay, yeah, I'm down with that 100%." It's a niche fragrance. It's from Initio. Side Effect.
Okay.
So this one here is sweet. It's got a little sharp little point to it in a sense. But man, it's attractive. It's got spicy, sweet. It's not a lot of freshness to it, but there's a little woodsy or something in there in the background. But man, once you spray this in the dry down, especially, it's fire. It's a really nice fragrance. And it's kind of funny. I'll give props because I don't know. Do you ever watch CJ City? You ever watch his reviews?
Yeah, yeah. I like it. I just recently found out about his channel a few weeks ago, and I'm digging his channel. I like it. I think you really see his personality, his style in his reviews.
Oh yeah, big time. And it was funny. I remember seeing him and his wife. They just did a video, and it cracked me up because I had this out for my idea of a fragrance on my list, and it's one that he put up on there. And between the two of them, first off, their interaction together was awesome. Just the way they play off of each other, it was really cool to watch. It was fun to be a part of that. But this was one on his list, and it was funny to hear her say. And just because it was on my list of things that would be perfect for this, she said, "I don't know, but it does something to me." So she's like, and it's funny reference. I said, maybe start with something like this, and then work your way into the other one later on at the night. And she had said, I want to say maybe Spice Bomb. One of those was the one that she had picked. And then she said, but bring this one to spray later on. So that's
I
Initio.
hear
Side
a lot
effect.
about what's it, Initial? It's called.
Yeah, Initio side effect. So
Yeah, I heard of that brand. I never tried any of their offerings myself, but yeah, I definitely hear about that a lot in the community. Side Effect, and I think Obama are the two I hear a lot about.
okay, yep. Yeah, there's so many good ones from there. I hear like for me, Initio. So Initio, if I'm correct, is the sister company to Parfums de Marly. That's what I've been read before, heard about, looked up a little bit. And for me, Initio is just a nicer mixture, just a better fragrance in a sense than a lot of the ones from Parfums de Marly. I'm a fan of a lot of the Parfums de Marly stuff, but the Initio stuff just seems like another level, if that makes sense. Kind of like Accurate or Honda. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I get you.
That type of deal. But yeah, no, those are nice. If you get a chance to get your notes on those, I definitely would. They're pretty awesome in my opinion. What's your number two?
Yeah, I might check some of those out. So that's the one. Is that the one that they say is like a niche version of Spice Bomb?
No, that's this one. That's Rehab.
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 Look at that name, Rehab. What is it to inspire? Or what type of scent you're supposed to get from that?
I don't really know. But yeah, this smells like a niche version of great reference. Yeah, Spice Bomb. It's literally a niche version of Spice Bomb. It's like having I like to use food references so people get it usually. But if you had Spice Bomb, that's going to be the Outback steak. This is David Burke Prime, like one of those prime fancy 5-star restaurant steaks that was aged in the Himalayan pink salt and all that stuff.
Smoked for
That's
12
this.
hours since 4 crack of dawn and slow roasted like the ribs.
Yeah, we got our friend out here. ONR Detailing News.
What
Welcome
up,
aboard, brother.
ONR? What up, buddy? What I have you on here one of these days?
It's not a bad move at all.
Hey, if you have Facebook, message me. I'm under J Rocks, or join the Cali reviews page. I have the links in the description down below, and message me right there if you're ever interested, man. My second one, this is a newer one. I haven't gave it too much wearing, but I think this is perfect for a date.
Obsessed.
Yeah, I know I don't hear anybody talk about this. This Obsessed by Calvin Klein, and it's a eau de parfum, intense. It says, and it's a nice one. I just sprayed some on right now. It's a little bit sweet and woodsy. Um, I can't really speak on it too much because I haven't worn enough, so I can't really tell you too much about the projection, compliments, and so forth. But I could just tell you I like the scent itself. And this one, I heard about this through Imitsu. Have you heard of Imitsu?
No.
He's a fragrance reviewer. He has a channel called Simply Put Scents.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He talked about this in a video.
Oh, E. I never thought of it, knew his first name. I just know him as E.
Yeah, and this one was on that list, and it piqued my interest. I got it. It's a newer one. It came out last year, 2019. I bought it around 2 months ago in 2019, in December, I think, or November. So I haven't really worn it much though, but it's a good one. I don't see this in videos at all. I think people are sleeping on it. They should definitely check this out.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. To me, that's a great concept. I mean, ultimately, you never know what you're going to get. With Calvin Klein, you're either going to get a watered down thing that's going to do its job for $20 or $30 or whatever you decide to pay for it, or you're going to get a beast. Look at things like Obsession. So if that's Obsessed, is that just a newer take on Obsession? Do you know what I mean? Obsession's always been a powerhouse.
Yeah, it's always been yeah, exactly. It's always been a popular one. I haven't smelled that in a long time. A lot of people say it smells dated already. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't speak on that because I should probably buy a bottle. I haven't tried that in a long time. But this one is nice, and it's a parfum, so I'm expecting it to last, pretty long.
That's awesome.
The projection is it's not beast mode. It's a nice projection though. I like the projection. Like if I had to say based on strength, it's probably like a 6. Like how strong it is.
Yeah, that's good. How much was the bottle? Was it expensive or pretty good?
I bought this tester. I think the tester was, I want to say $27, but the regular bottle is around 40. So
100 ml.
Yeah, it's a good deal, and it might be less now because I bought it when it was still kind of new, so it might have dropped.
Right.
But Calvin Klein has they have a lot of bad fragrances that are like nothing to write home about, that are kind of plain, but they have a lot of good stuff too, man. People
What's up, Fragrance Journey? What's up, Frag Journey?
What up? What up?
Now let's see. I'll grab number 3 on my list. So this one here is it's different because I grabbed this one because it's the only real full retail bottle, whatever you want to call it, I have of this thing or from this brand. But this one fragrance is representing 3 because any of the 3 are equal to me in this mentality. So we got this one right here. You got Cruel Intentions by Killian. If I can get that to show up, it's hard. But Cruel Intentions. So really nice, sweet fragrance. Not really gourmandy, but it's got a sweet, fresh mix to it in a sense. But for me, Cruel Intentions, Intoxicated, or Black Phantom. Any of those 3 are on the same row. So that would be my number 3 frag, would be any of those 3. Have you tried any of those?
Nah, I haven't tried much out Killian. Killian in niche houses, I just tried a few. I've tried a few samples of Creed, bought a few decants and bottles of Parfums de Marly. I have a few Bond bottles. I haven't tried too many niche brands, like maybe Monstera. I have like 4 Monsteros, 4 Montels.
Yeah.
I think that's about all the niche houses I have. I might have a few others like in decants.
Yeah.
But I'm still like venturing into niche. I haven't really there's still a lot of stuff out there I haven't tried as far as niche goes. Even as far as the signer goes, I haven't tried a lot of stuff.
There's so many fragrances out there. Fragrance Journey 01, he's going to wear Hyrax on V-Day.
I was going to ask, have you smelled that before, Hyrax?
I haven't, but Fragrance Journey, what is that like, man? You have
what is it? Some dark incensey wood. I mean, oud.
It's got to be something crazy.
Probably some Journey.
Yeah, right. He has great fragrance knowledge, man. Some of the times when we're in these chats or hearing him talk or going through some different stuff, He has just some great information. Man, this smells so good. Do you like sweet fragrances?
Which ones?
Do you like sweet fragrances?
Some of them. Sometimes I wouldn't say they're necessarily my favorite thing, but I do like. I think I like more. I find there's more variety when it comes to sweet and dark, dense fragrances. But I like more fresh, like light florals or aquatics and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But the thing is, there's less variety because a lot of them do the same thing. There's the same notes: lemon, orange, like
Yep.
white
I've got,
floral.
I've got a weird one over there. I can't remember the name of it, but it smells just like lemon meringue pie. How
Okay,
weird is that?
okay. That's not a bad smell. That smells pretty good.
No,
Yeah,
it's
like I
pretty
have a
cool.
Wall Street. That's one of the more out there fresh fragrances in my opinion. It's fresh, but it's not your typical aquatic. It got some character to it. It's not for everybody, but because it's different, because it's not like your basic uh thing.
Yep. All right. So that was my number three. What do you got for number three, man?
I have this one. This one's good. This one's perfect for dates. CK Reveal.
Yeah, that had a lot of hype last year, didn't it?
Um, I have no idea, but it's good. Some people compare it to the CH, one of the CH, which one was it? One of the Carolina Herrera fragrances. I don't really try it. I don't have too many. I only have one of those, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But this one's nice and it's cheap. I got this for $20. Lasts you a good while. It also smells pretty sexy. And this one's it's not thick or dense. Like this one's kind of dark.
Yep.
Not super dense or anything, but it has a dark feel to it. This one is more like more aromatic.
Okay.
It's kind of sweet, but not like a dark, dense like vanilla or anything like that. It's like a different type of sweet. Like
Hmm.
I can't really describe it, but it's not powder either. I mean, it's not like dense. It's more airy.
That's cool though.
It's a nice one. It's cheap, and this will put you compliments for sure. This is cheap, compliment getter, and it doesn't have to just be a date fragrance. You could wear it, I mean, as a signature scent, but I think it lends itself more. The personality that this fragrance has lends itself more to the nighttime, in my opinion, to the nightlife.
That's cool then. That's not a bad deal. I haven't put my nose in that one. Every time I've seen those boxes, they're always sealed, so I can't even grab a quick sniff. No, sometimes you go to Marshalls or one and whatnot, and they're on the shelf. You're like,
Yeah, yeah. I always do that. If they're open or if they're in a box, but the box doesn't have the wrapper on it, I'll open it and spray them so I know how it smells like if I
exactly.
that way it'll make me decide if maybe I want to pick it up or not. I know some people don't like opening them. They're like, if it's the box is closed, they don't open it. Me, I'll open it, spray it, something, then I'll just put it back in the box. And sometimes I end up buying it depending on the price.
Do you think a sample could provide enough juice? Yeah, if you get a 2 ml sample, you can wear that like 2 or 3 different days, maybe even more than that. It's kind of weird. Those two little tiny 2 ml vials, they're pretty good amount of juice in there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. If you go to your Macy's, go to the Sephora, and you can ask for samples. And the ones here, each one is different. The one here, you could get three. You pick three fragrances. They give you little two. They fill them up for you. You pick the fragrances you want, and yeah, it's enough to wear 2 days. Depending on how you spray, it's enough for about 10, maybe at least 10 sprays. So you wear it like twice, and in those 2 days, you get a pretty good idea of if you like it or not.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Personally, Sephora does 3 for us here too. So I'm in Massachusetts. You're in Cali, I'm guessing, since your name's Cali. That makes sense to me. Yeah, ultimately, whenever I go to Sephora, it's 3, 3, 3. So you walk in, you get 3, and it's cool too because there's a fragrance like YSL YEDP that I smelt 3 or 4 times, and I hated the fragrance. Just didn't like it. Wasn't for me. Thought it was useless, kind of. Honestly, I was like, oh, it's another blue frag, yay! And that was before, that was the middle of the blue hype going absolutely insane. When YSL YEDP came out. But I ended up getting a decant from Sephora, sprayed it on, wore it from Sephora out, walked around the mall, and within an hour went back and bought the bottle. But before that, I hated it.
Chipton's on. Chipton's gonna hop on right now.
Nice. Let's do this. The spinning wheel.
Let it thing log. I think his phone is some of them have like a slow uploading speed.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he's uploading right now.
Well, let me give you number 4 while he's getting on there. So my number 4, we'll jump into it. Why not? Right?
What up, Keith? Can you hear us?
Oh, here he goes.
I think he's frozen. He's frozen, my boy.
Like they say, let it go. Can you tell which one of us has 3 young kids? I'm not sure if you do, but I
Go
do.
to your next one then right now.
What's that, brother?
Want to go to your next one, to your fourth one
Yeah,
for
yeah.
now.
Let's do it. Number 4. This one here is super easy to pick, in my opinion. I like pretty much every fragrance from this line. Hey, Mr. Cheap Sense, what's up, Keith? I see you coming in there, man. He froze again, but we're gonna go with this one right here. Prada Luna Rosa Black.
Oh, Prada. Yeah, I hear that's a popular one too, man.
Super nice. It's
I
rich.
don't know what it is about the Prada fragrances.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do it for me, man. Like they I feel like that you could get other. It's not that they don't. It's not that they don't smell good, but I feel like I could find other stuff that smells the same for like kind of cheaper. I feel like they're too expensive for what they're doing.
You know what? That makes sense. I could definitely see that. For me, there's just something about this. I don't know what. Honestly, starts with the Luna Rosa. Sorry, from Prada L'Homme in general. That to me is just an awesome fragrance for me. And all of these kind of piggybacked on that, if that makes sense. Hey, that looks so much cooler with the wide. I like that. But this one here has got a little bit of a powdery finish to it in a sense. So it's sweet on top of the whole little bit of the iris piece that's in there, and there's some other components that just make it a really nice fragrance. But dry down on this makes it even better.
Oh,
So,
okay. I tried a few at the stores. Then next time I go, I'll try them again just to see if I change my mind on them. But maybe I need to go and ask for samples of them because I tried not those, the other line, the what do you call them?
the L'Homme, Prada L'Homme.
Yeah, the long ones, yeah. And I wasn't like for the price. I checked them out on Fragrance Net, and I was like, man, they're still pretty expensive. They're like 75 on Fragrance Net, and they're like 90 at the store. Yeah,
These
those.
guys,
So I
yeah.
was like at 75. I feel like at 75, I was like, I think I could like go for something else.
See, for me, I think I got this big one. This is a 150 ml. I got this off of some of the fragrance groups for like $100. So it's 5.1 ml, huge, but it's probably the fragrance I wear more than any other fragrance. There he is. What's up, Keith?
Hey, what's
What's
up?
good?
Mr. Cheap
Right
Sense.
here, right here. Your other stream was acting wonky. Can you hear us good?
Yeah, getting a lot of feedback.
All right, cool. Yeah, we were gonna do a five Valentine fragrances. Then we'll just answer some. We'll chop it up with the chat. We were making sense was on number 4 right now. So then if you want to, you could hop on and throw 2 of your list. Then I'll throw 1. Then you'll throw 2 again, so you could catch up.
Why is it saying my?
Can't hear you.
I said you were doing the Paralon.
You can hear me now?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. We could hear you right now. Sounds good.
And the one that I had up before you came on was this guy, Prada Black.
Yeah, I was saying Making Sense was on his number 4. So after he drops his number 4, if you want to, you recommend 2, then I'll recommend 1, then you recommend 2. That way we'll all be on 4.
Perfecto.
And then we'll chop it up with the chat and keep the live going.
Not a bad deal at all. But again, last part about this guy right here with Prada Black. If you have it, and it's Luna Rosa Black, if you haven't tried it, it's definitely worth trying. The dry down on it is key though. Like I said, the original, I love the opening, but I'm a junkie for all the Prada L'Homme stuff and the Prada Luna Rosa line. This one here though, just the dry down is just, every time I wear this, I enjoy it. But this is one that, like, if you're, so I own a DJ company, I DJ, go to events, things like that. And if I do a bar or a club and I have this on and someone walks by me and smells it, they're like, hey, what was that? And it's kind of a cool little thing to see. You know what I mean? It's just one of those whiff walk-bys. And not even that they always say it smells so good, but they look at you, they ask, and they smile. What does that mean? It smells good. Just the way it works.
Yeah, definitely mass appealing. The product fragrances are they're good smelling, but I think they're like kind of safe. But yeah, they're definitely crowd pleasers. People are gonna like how you smell when you wear those. They're popular for a reason.
That's it. Very safe though. You're right. They are very safe, easy reach fragrances, at least in my opinion. If you don't like iris though, stay the far away from those things.
Robert has a question here. He needs some advice. He has a $50 Marshall's gift card. Does he get Invictus and Coach, or 1.50 mil of each one, or a Dunhill Icon gift set? What would you go with?
What?
I haven't tried Dunhill Icon yet. I heard really good things about that one. I'm not the biggest Invictus fan. Coach, I'm a fan of. It just doesn't perform too well, but it smells amazing. It's really easy to wear. And Coach Platinum, I think if I opened it, I'd throw it against the wall because it was one of those 5 I tested this weekend, and I smelt it and I started crying. I think there was actual disappointment in my face. The lady was like, "What's wrong?"
Yeah, for me personally, between those 3 options, I'd easily go. It's all depends on your taste. But me, I would definitely go with Dunhill Icon out of those 3. I'm not the biggest Coach fan or the Invictus fan. They smell nice, but it depends what you already have in your collection. Because those smell okay, but I have other stuff that smells similar, but I feel is better. So I would go with the Dunhill Icon. I also have stuff that smells like the Dunhill Icon, but I would go with that one over those. I feel it projects better and it lasts longer. And I just like the scent in general more. It's like a white floral and it has a light powdery iris to it, but it's not enough putting iris because there's that thick waxy iris I'm not a big fan of. The iris on Dunhill, it's powdery, it's more light, and it's in the background. In the forefront, it's bright, it's citrusy, and it has like a powdery white florals and like a citrusy bergamot. So it's more like a powdery bergamot as well. But it just feels uplifting to me. I feel that, and I feel like I'm ready to start the day.
That's awesome. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'd go for that too, just from your description. Seriously, the other ones are pretty easy, but Dunhill Icon, I've heard great things. I just never put it to my nose. Kind of want to though.
Which one would you go with, Keith? Invictus, Coach, or Dunhill?
Which Dunhill was y'all talking about? Because I missed some of that conversation.
It's Dunhill Icon. Robert doesn't know what to buy either. Dunhill Icon, Coach, or Invictus.
I would probably have to go with the Dunhills.
It's a nice one, and it's pretty versatile. You could use it for multiple occasions, and it performs pretty good. It performs better to me than the other 2.
Yeah.
What
I like
fragrance is it
Invictus. For me, it just doesn't work every occasion.
Invictus, if we go by popularity or by what most people will smell like, then you want to go with Invictus. I think it's the most popular out of the 3.
I think it's been around the longest too. So
yeah, that one's definitely just even the Sentient A is more stuff you see more people wearing that style. Well, Coach is a similar style to it. Like doesn't smell like it, but it's the same type of style.
it was behind me somewhere. It's funny. I did a video and my son was in it with me, and he's like, "Yeah." He said,
"What up, Trey?
We did this one." He threw this up. He's like, "This is the best one." I'm like, "All right, dude, whatever works." But that's also an 8-year-old. So just take that for what it is. My 8-year-old believes this is the best fragrance. I don't think you want to smell like an 8-year-old. It is a good fragrance. That just
and this isn't bad. It's just like for example, I have
that's the intense version.
Yeah, no, that's regular. Oh, sorry, that was regular.
Yeah, for me, for example, I have Aqua di Gio Absolute. I think it's kind of like Invictus, but I like it more because it has like this woodsy note to it, and Invictus has like a bubblegum sweet note to it. Other than that, everything else is exactly the same. That's the only difference in the 2.
Now you make me test this, by the way. Thanks a lot for making me spray more cologne on myself, because that's what I need.
Which one's that one, the Invictus?
Why the hell this shit? You my damn mic.
You said Absolute, right?
Yeah, the Aqua di Gio Absolute.
Yeah, this guy.
Well, yeah, to me, I like that one more between the 2. It's just a little more pricey. But I mean, I'm kind of a fan of Armani brand in general, so that I could be biased too. But I like that it has that woodsy note, so it gives it a little more. It's still
Yeah.
useful, but it comes off a little more mature than the Invictus one.
No, this is way better, in my opinion. Like I agree. I know Mr. Cheap Sense must
How
have some
dare you? How dare you?
No, this is solid. It takes away the I don't want to call it the astringent portion of Invictus, but whatever that really alcohol portion of it, I don't know how to describe that. It's just
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like
this smells richer. This stuff smells richer. The Acqua di Gio just smells richer overall. Yeah, it's like this is this guy's big brother. This is for the younger group,
slightly more.
a little bit more mature. Yeah. What do you
And
got?
you got some good use out of it.
I decanted a bunch to cover the cost of the bottle.
Okay.
So, because if I didn't decant some of this, I would be broke. My family would be on the street. Let's be honest here, right? We all know fragrances are expensive. It's fun, but it's expensive.
Yeah, they're definitely expensive. What up, Ozzy? And also remember, guys, if you're watching on the stream, you don't feel you gotta spend like huge amounts of money to smell good. There's plenty of fragrance out there at affordable prices that smell real nice, and you spend $20, 15, they last you all, the majority of the year. They could last you 8 months or whatever if you're using them every day. So don't feel that you see these videos and they're spending $300 on the bottle. Don't feel you need to do that to smell good. A lot of stuff out there that smells just as good. Is there better quality in the more expensive stuff? Yes, it smells more high quality, but the majority of the time, you're just passing by people. You're not stopping and talking to every person you meet. You're just passing by. They're just catching a quick whiff. They're not like, oh, how synthetic does it smell or how high quality. You just pass by, you smell good. That guy smells good. Like that's you save like a good juice that you buy something a little more expensive for a day like Valentine's or for like an important interview. Outside of that, your regular signature scent, it doesn't have to be anything too expensive. I mean, you can't just do that. I buy a few expensive ones myself, but don't feel like obligated because you see people in the community doing that.
Keith, what were your first two, bud?
So I have one that not many people got at all, and it's from Ray. This is the original Insurrection.
Really?
Yeah. And it is a very nice fragrance. A little bit powdery, but it does last. And it runs you about $20
Wow, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 25. Is a great deal.
It's a pretty crappy bottle design, dude. It's got this plastic piece on the top. And it has some kind of lock mechanism that you slide over, but as you can see, I broke it off.
Yeah, it looks like a door lock. So what is that? What do you think is like a spicy fragrance or what is it?
It kind of reminds you of Valentino Uomo without that iris note. It's just powder. And it has a little bit of sweetness to it.
That sounds good, actually. It sounds really good.
It doesn't sound too bad.
It sounds way better than what's on my hands right now. Just being honest.
It is pretty good.
I kind of want to like go scrub my hands. It's so strong. These two fragrances are pretty potent, but man. So how long does that one last, Keith? I can't hear Keith. Can you hear Keith?
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can close the other window so you could be in the middle. But if I close it, then I can't hear you. So I just opened it back up.
That was cool. That was weird. It would look like a ninja. It was like,
you're jumping from the left to right, like a Island Iverson crossover.
Yeah, it was like this, but it didn't work. Like I can't go into Jay's screen. I'm trying. Look at it. I try to reach. I'm like, I got you. It doesn't even work. People think it does, but it doesn't. Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, I had pulled down this one too, but you already talked about
Yeah, that's a great one right there. That's a jack of all
it. This one
trades.
gets a lot of hate though, man.
Yeah, it's because there's a lot of fragrances that smell similar. That's why it's like Invictus. It gets a lot of hate because there's a lot of fragrances that smell like it. It's not that it doesn't smell good. It's just that there's other stuff that do the same thing. And that's one thing where like if you're part of the fragrance community, I get why they say that. But like for example, me when I first joined, I was like, why are they saying this is good or this one? Yeah, when I'm like those fragrances smell real good. But then as you buy more fragrances, you're like, all right, I get what they're saying. They're saying that there's a lot of them that are the same. But if it was the only one, where you
Right
still
now, my damn mic. What?
What? I heard something there. Hey, Lamar, welcome aboard, man. Thanks for that.
I could hear you.
I found out.
Which one's that one?
Is that Linge? Or Lidge?
It's the Guerlain. I guess the Lion's Den.
Okay, yeah, I hear good things about that one. I've been hearing a lot of hype on that one.
Yeah, I found it at TJ Maxx.
Okay, yeah, 'cause I've seen it at Fragrance Net, and it's the most expensive one from other ones in that type of bottle.
Yeah,
What does it smell like?
I wore it to work one day, and I had a coworker. Is a older guy, much older than me. I walked in, and that was the first time he ever commented me on anything I ever wore.
Really? Wow, that woke him up, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, they're asking, is that the EDT or EDP?
It's the Eau de Parfum.
Okay.
Awesome.
Would you consider that like more? I haven't smelled that before. Is it like a more like mature fragrance or like youthful or just all around like just like jack of all trades?
It's mature.
Okay.
It's not gonna be for anybody 25 or younger. It's gonna be 25 and up.
Okay. The one I was considering getting is I think it was called De Bois something from that same line. I think it was like a fresh lemon and bergamot. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty safe, something I'll probably like. So I have that on my wish list. So that's probably, eventually I'll get it.
Yeah, Lidge is one that I've been wanting to get. I haven't got my nose on it yet, but it's funny. With all the different stuff that I picked up and have gotten, I don't have any of the Guerlains in that style bottle. None. And I don't own any Serge Lutens. Or Lutens, whichever way you want to say.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm definitely to get a few Guerlains. One, I have two. I have the Louis one and Eternal Amber, I think it's called. But I wanna get the Ideal Eau de Parfum, the Guerlain Ideal Parfum. I wanna check that one out.
Yeah, those are the only ones I have. The Ideal or Ideal, whatever these are called. These things. So this is the one you're talking about.
I get the Parfum one.
This one.
I think that's the one right there. Yeah, that
cherry
one.
Note.
What do you think about the cologne one? I feel that shit is overhyped.
For the price, it's worth it. Did you see?
The price is not bad for like $20. Or I think that's what the hype is because it's like $20. It's a nice fragrance.
Yeah, but because it's really, yeah, it's a really clean fragrance. Have you tried it before, Keith? It's really fresh, clean. It's very easy to wear. The
only one I have is the one in the white with the white around it. That's the only one I got.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, the same one, the cologne. What do you think about that one, Keith?
I like this one.
I kind of feel like it was. I kind of feel like it was a little bit overhyped at the time, but it did kind of grow on me a little bit.
I'm going to tell you right now, for John Hopper's birthday, Musings of a Frackhead right there. Me, who was it? Was it myself, Matt, Georgia Gent, and I feel bad not remembering who the third person was. Oh, it was his and hers fragrance reviews. We took this and we sprayed ourselves with like 13 or 14 sprays in salute to his birthday. It was, I mean, I couldn't breathe afterwards. We also sprayed like 2 or 4 sprays of what's it called, Dracarno War earlier, and I mean, we just sprayed so many fragrances. Like I literally had to take like a 2-hour shower. It felt like, ooh, salute.
Okay, yeah. So you're both rocking it right there. I bought it. I honestly, you know which 2 fragrances I bought on the same day based on hype on YouTube. Was the Jordan Cologne, that one that you guys are rocking right there, and I bought the Penguin Premium Blend.
Oh yeah,
I opened both of them. I wore both of them once or twice. I think I wore one twice and then the other twice, and then I returned both of them. I was like, nah. I go. This was like $35 for both. I was like, I think I'd rather just get my money back, get those $40 back, and buy something I like better. But I agree, like for $20, this is not a bad deal. For that, I think that's what the big deal was, that it was good for that because of the price tag.
Yeah, you can't go wrong for the price tag if you like the fragrance. Again, if you don't like the fragrance, it doesn't matter if it was $1.50. It's not worth having if you don't like it. The other two, though, the other 2 IDLs are phenomenal.
I agree that is it just me or did you guys get kind of like a light cherry from the fragrance?
Sorry, I'm laughing because John, Musings of a Fraggot down there. If you click his thing, it says, well, you sprayed like 10 other frags. He's not kidding. Like, there was so much fragrance on it. It was out of control. But this one here, I don't really get a cherry out of that. I'm not sure. There's something. It's more like a fresh, clean. I don't know. Fresh, clean.
I got a strong almond.
Maybe citrus type item.
White florals, and then I got like a light cherry in the background. It reminded me a little bit of the cherry almond Jergens moisturizer.
Okay.
It gave me a similar vibe to that, which I wore that moisturizer for years in junior high and high school because I liked the scent of it. So I didn't dislike the scent. I was just like, I thought I could do something better with the money I had spent on those 2 bottles. I was like, I think I could get something better for $40.
If you look down below there, Musings of a Frackhead put grapefruit, orange, and almond, which makes sense because I get the citrus out of this, and grapefruit is what I smell. And the almond, I can smell something in there. That's more in the background for me, but definitely that grapefruit's the citrus I'm smelling more than anything else. Is that considered the strongest note in this, John? I know this is one of your favorite fragrances. Hey guys, what time is it there for you? It's 11 p.m. here for me. I'm in New England, so it's pretty late.
It's 11 p.m. for making sense. I'm in California. For me, it's 8 o'clock right now. So over here, it's still kind of early.
You're a lucky guy. 11:02.
What time is it over there, Mark? It's yeah. So you're at work right now. Well, what time is it over there?
Hey, there he is. How did he just move from over there to there? That was cool. I don't know how you did that, man, but you literally were down below. I was trying to reach him, like, yo, let's get him back. And then you disappeared and you appeared over here. It was kind of cool.
I don't know. I was trying to fix my mic. It keeps muting out on me.
It drives you crazy. You know, technical issues.
Orange and almond. Yeah, I get the almond, and that's the citrusy note I get is grapefruit then.
Yeah, that's the one that sticks out the most to me. And you can smell some orange in the background. There's something else there. That must be what it is. And that almond definitely, there's something in there too. Like, I mean, so Musings of a Frackhead has some really good fragrance mindset. He has a bunch of good information in his head as well. He has his blog and everything. So when you go on there, and he's not, as far as I've ever seen, really biased at all. He's just got some good info. And it's cool because when you go review or read one of his reviews or just general blogs in general, the information's solid. Because if you put the fragrance to your nose, just like when we talk about them, when we try to help other people, he puts stuff in there that'll help you identify what you're trying to find. And he's, if I'm correct, and you can, correct me if I'm wrong, John, he's really into different, oils and things like that to really understand the fragrance. So it's helpful.
I like your setup back there too, man.
Well, me? Thanks,
yeah.
Man. Yeah, I have to sleep on the floor because of that. I don't have a bed.
Okay, so it's 2 p.m. over there. I thought you guys were one day ahead of us. So it's 2 over there. It's 8 over here. Oh, no, you're Thursday. Yeah, you are one day ahead. You're Thursday. Yeah, we're Wednesday. I'm Wednesday, 8 o'clock right now.
Yep. You know what's awesome, though? Aussie fragrance. I've never talked to anyone in the future, so it's really cool chatting with you right now, bud.
Yeah, we'll tell you. He's from the future, guys. So when they say that the planet was gonna end in the year 2020 and so forth, he would have gone before us.
Not for nothing, that was the comment of the day right there. Oh man, what's your next fragrance there, Jay?
Next one, I don't have a bottle of. I have a 20 ml decant. I have two 10 ml decants. Is Harad. I feel Harad is a nice date night fragrance. I think it's a winter fragrance for sure, but I think it works for the a date at night. I wear it sometimes to go out to eat and at nighttime, a dinner or whatever. I throw it on sometimes, and it's at least mine, because some people said it was beast mode and some people say different things. I don't think the one I have is beast mode, but it does project nicely. You can make your presence known.
Yeah, it's nice tobacco.
I like it, like if you're on a date or you're going out to dinner, it's not strong to the point where it's overwhelming the other person, but they will notice you smell nice, you smell different.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really rich. This is a really good fragrance. Yeah, it's definitely good. A lot of those are good for date night.
Oh, not just playing. Nobody,
You can't stand here.
We don't have to like the same fragrances. This ain't one of those channels where someone doesn't like the same fragrance, then they're trolling each other, and yeah, we all grown men. We all know different people have different tastes.
Exactly.
It's funny, you're wearing Central Obsessions Wood Sage and Sea Salt. I just figured out the other day that I have a bottle of Joe Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt. I didn't even know I had it. Was backwards on my decant shelf. And I was talking to Tim Greathouse. I don't know if you guys see him in the fragrance community. Really nice guy. And he was like, "Oh, look what I have. Is this?" And I said, "Oh man, I've always wanted." I'm like, "Wait a minute. I had one. I just turned it around." And I'm like, "Wow." So I sprayed it. That's a good fragrance. I don't know if you've tried that. It's Wood Sage and Sea Salt by Joe Malone.
I hear a lot of good things about it. I only have one Joe Malone. Let me get it, bro.
Me too, but I didn't even know I had it until I turned that bottle around. That was a random surprise. Yeah, Naxos is different.
Oh
yeah, there you go.
Lime, basil, and mandarin. It's a nice one. I got this for like I think $25.
Wow.
It's partial. It's 100 ml.
That's awesome. How does it smell?
I was like, hell yeah, that price. It's only Joe Malone I have. And honestly, I bought it because of the price. I was like, wow, I got that price. I kind of have to buy it. I felt obligated.
It's almost an insult not to take it at that point.
Yeah, it's offensive not to. I was like, oh yeah, I think it was 25 plus I think it was 30 with shipping and everything. And it's about 80 mils left in here. It's a nice one. It's a different type of freshie from what I have. And it's strong. It lasts a good while. It lasts you like 7 hours. For a freshie, that's more than great in my opinion. It does have a strong basil note though. So if you find that off-putting or you find it like, why do I want to smell like that spice? You might not like it. You get the lime, you get a strong lime, but you also get the basil.
Yeah, the only Joe Malone I have is this little guy.
Which one's that?
And it's what is this? English oats and hazelnut.
That one.
That looks like the bottle I have.
It's pretty good.
30 mil.
I hear that the Joe Malone fragrances. This is the only one I tried, but people tell me that most of them are really good. They're just not that popular because they don't perform. That's what I hear. On it.
Yeah, even if you look down below one of the comments from Musings, he put lime, basil, mandarin as one of the jams that actually lasts. So that makes sense.
Yeah, this one lasts a good while. I told you I got a good I've worn it a few times and I get a good 7 hours with it.
Wow,
so freshie, for freshie, I'm like that's all good for me. Yeah, you get the lime and the basil, so it gives it an interesting scent. I don't think I have anything where a basil is a strong prominent note like it is on here, but it comes off as fresh because of the lime, so it's not too like off-putting.
Yeah, for me, when I sprayed that Joe Malone one, I sprayed on my arm, and a couple hours later, it still smelled really good. And within like maybe 3 hours max, it was just a skin scent, but it still smelled so nice. But I did have to come up like this to get a smell from it. There was nothing projecting anymore. And it was one solid spray right on my arm. I wasn't in the cold air. I was indoors. So performance wasn't that great, but it smelled really nice.
Okay, so that's the wood sage one?
That was, yeah, wood sage and sea salt. It smelled really good. And again, but I only sprayed one spray. I didn't get any on clothing. I had like a t-shirt on, so it was just my arm. I didn't put it on my neck. There was one spray, so it wasn't like I went overboard.
Okay. What about you, Keith? Do you spray on clothes when you're applying?
I quit doing that.
Too much, right?
I just want to be able to give people true reasons I do reviews.
I actually,
and it don't last on my skin. You know, that's a better reading for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have a lot of them, you don't mind overspraying or wasting whatever. You have millions that you're never gonna finish. But if you just have a few fragrances, I kind of recommend that you do spray on clothes to make it last a while. Because I find that when I spray on clothes, once the fragrance is no longer on your skin, it still lingers on your clothes a little, so you still get a little bit of that smell out there. You still project a little. So I kind of like spraying on clothes because of that reason. But it depends on the fragrance too, because some like Interlude Man or something, I would not want to spray on clothes because sometimes if I'm wearing a sweater, then I want to wear the same sweater the next day and I wear a different fragrance. That sweater's still gonna smell a lot.
That makes perfect sense. Have you ever tried Fate Man by Amouage? Have you ever tried that one, Fate Man?
Yeah, I have that one on me. I hear people say it was Pismo, so I was kind of expecting a strong performance from it, and it performs for about like 6-7, about the same as this. Get about 6-7 hours with good projection, but it's not. It's good. It's not a weak performer, but it's not like Pismo. Well, at least not on me. But it gets me 7 hours. I'm straight. I'm not complaining about the performance. It's, I don't need it to be more than that.
Do you like that one? Do you enjoy that one?
I actually really like it. I find it very creative and I find it like I don't know if refreshing is the right word, but I did a review on it, and I did what I was saying on my review. I go, when I was a kid, when we were like from like 11 to like 15, whenever it rained, the first thing we did, cause I used to live in this apartment, so the first thing we did is we grabbed the football. Everybody started knocking on everybody's doors, and we would play football whenever it rained. We would go to the high school football field or the elementary school, and we played football whenever it rained. So when we're done playing, our clothes would be all wet and muddy, and you would smell from the rain. You would smell like grass, like wet soil, like rain, and that's what Figment reminds me of. When I wear it smells like how I used to smell when we would come back home after playing football in the rain. It smells like grass, like wet soil, like rain. Like it smells exactly like how you come home and you just hop in the shower to wash that off. And then it has a lemon to it. So it has that smell, but then throw lemon in there, a fresh lemon. Yeah. So I enjoy it. I don't know. There's something about it I like, but I'm in the minority. It's definitely not for everybody. That's for sure.
This is a stanky fragrance. It's a nice fragrance.
Which one's that?
This is Fate.
Oh, that's not the one I was thinking about. I thought you said Fig. I thought
Fig. No, Fig is all right too, though. That's solid there too. I was talking about Fate. This smells like feet, but in a good way. If that makes sense.
I haven't smelled that one. I like the bottle though. It has like a pearl look to it.
No, it's a beautiful bottle, but it's got that oil base to it. I mean, it's a really nice bottle. But if you don't like niche fragrances, and this is really definitely, in my opinion, one of the niche fragrances from this house, especially, it's not like Reflection Man, which is a really nice fragrance, really easy to wear comparison. This guy here is stanky. Like, actually, that looks really cool on the screen, actually, that you say that. But yeah, that's why I said, did you like Fate? Have you ever tried it? Because it's one of those that if you smell it, you might be like, why would someone ever decide to wear this ever? Like, in reality, but as a frag head, this is a winner. Like, this is a cool fragrance, but it projects like a beast. And if you don't like it, the next 2 to 3 days, your clothing will smell like it, even after you.
You know what's a great fragrance?
What's that?
Which one?
It is. Is that Alien Man? Is that what that is?
No, you know.
I've been wanting to check that one out. I don't hear much talk about it.
For some reason, Alien Man vibe to it, and I don't really like it.
You do really like it?
No,
Wait, musings.
I don't really like it. It's some kind of weird vibe to it.
Is that $20 for a 50 ml of Alien Man? Or of which fragrance is that?
Alien Man?
Yeah, I'll say if it's $20 for a 50 ml, I'm gonna buy that for sure.
I tried that the other day in the store. I was actually okay with it. It was at Macy's.
I don't know. It's just something in it that don't agree with me.
That definitely can happen. Oh, actually, no, we forgot the list. I didn't even think about going back to our list. Yeah, see, Alien Man, I smelled it the other day. I thought it was actually pretty good. It wasn't like amazing or anything like that to me, but I was expecting to be total crap because there's so much hate for that fragrance in the community in general. It's like, it's kind of one of those people talk about, like, oh,
yeah,
that doesn't count.
Yeah, I just heard like maybe one or two reviewers and they said they didn't like it. But one thing I've noticed, never trust what the reviewers say, like, because that's just their opinion, their taste. Doesn't mean that because they don't like it, you're not gonna like it. But if it's a big channel, if they don't like something, nobody else will buy it because they'll say, "Oh, that person didn't like it, so I'm not buying it." It's like, remember, you have a totally different taste than they do, and they constantly remind you, guys, I don't like this. Doesn't mean you won't like it. Go ahead, try it out. And a lot of people shy away from trying them out because another reviewer said they didn't like it. So that sometimes instantly kills the momentum of a fragrance. Not in the real world, but it instantly kills the momentum in the fragrance community for that fragrance, But in the real world, if it's good, it's a minute the person gonna buy it, like.
Yeah, it all depends how good the ad is and how attractive the person is on the poster.
Yeah, you gotta have Natalie Portman, Matthew McConaughey. They know what they're doing. They know what.
I'll buy both. Which one? All right.
You see him on the one commercial. He comes out on the original commercial from the ADT. Yeah, marketing is important, man, for sure. It's gotta have a good commercial, gotta have a likable personality behind the commercial. Definitely helps sales.
Oh yeah, it's funny too though, because like for me, and a lot of times when I'll review something or talk about it, I always try to say the same thing you just said. I'll say, look, this is my opinion. Everyone has their own feeling, own opinion, all that kind of stuff, right? And with that type of information, my favorite thing to say is, look, if you hear all the reviews I say, and you've come to find out that 9 out of 10 of the fragrances that I said I like, you've liked, we might have the same taste. That might be a good chance to get a test, but still try the fragrance first. If someone says this smells just like X Factor fragrance and you want to go ahead and blind buy it, and it's not $1 million, go for it. That's fine too. If you really want to do that, that's your own thing. People buy things all the time just for the heck of it because they like to buy things. It's a collection. It's a hobby. It's fun. Sometimes buying the bottle and getting the anticipation behind opening it and getting it to your nose is just the most fun part of the whole thing in general.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sometimes, you just said it, picking it up at your mailbox and stuff. Sometimes you're more hyped for that than actually wearing it because you have a million other ones. Sometimes the whole part of the adrenaline rush is getting the package.
You know what though? If the coronavirus, you know how people talk about this, it's kind of a serious deal, right? If that ever starts to break down right near me, now it's happened. There's been one or so in Boston or the surrounding area. They captured right away real quick. I'm going to spray every one of these bottles real quick because the amount of alcohol should protect me for at least a few hours. Every bottle, I'll just start spraying. I'm like, because the alcohol will do something for me. I'll pour alcohol in my hand. I don't even care what it is. But there's enough here to protect me. This is some sanitary stuff I want to say. It's like crap for a bit. But
yeah, use hand sanitizer before leaving the house. Moisturize all over your body. All that helps.
Definitely.
Helps against the sun, helps against mosquitoes and stuff because you got that extra layer of moisturizer protecting you.
Yeah, or just hiding your basement.
Yeah, a lot of viruses come through from bugs. So always put that on.
You know what? We haven't gone to our list yet. I'm going to go back to my next one for you. Oh, wait, is Keith up next? Keith has 2 more. Or do you do 4 already?
Yeah. Drop your next 2. Keith, I got one left. I did already 4.
I think he loves Alien. That's his favorite. Is Alien your favorite, Keith? Hello.
Don't wear them while camping.
Yeah, don't wear fragrance. I agree with that. But I usually don't wear fragrances when I'm camping because I spray on bug repellent, the bug spray, and that has its own smell to it. I want to say is the most great smell, but it does keep bugs from biting you. I mean, it works.
Truth. You know what? Lemongrass. If you've ever smelled Winter Palace from Mimo, that lemongrass smell that's in some of the bug sprays, that's in there. I don't even know if it actually has lemongrass, but it smells like lemongrass in there.
Okay.
And I kind of fell in love. I fell in love with the House of Cartier too, man.
Okay. Which ones do you love the most?
Right now, what is this? Pasha Cartier Edition Noir.
Heard some good stuff about that one.
Yeah, that edition. It's pretty good. It's fresh, clean, semi-sweet. I like it.
That's awesome.
They got a barbershop one too that I like.
What's it called?
Hold on.
I only have one Cartier and I can't find where the heck it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, it's like way in the back. Sorry for being face backwards, but trying to get to the back of the
It's called Santos de Cartier.
How's that one?
I like it. It's barbershop.
That's an interesting bottle. I think, did you do a review on it? I think I saw you holding it on a video.
Do what now?
Did you do a review or a haul on showing that fragrance? I think I saw you holding it before.
Yeah,
bottle.
I think I did.
Okay, yeah, because it looks kind of familiar. I haven't tried that, but I think that was one that kind of piqued my interest.
What is it like? Is it really rich or just barbershop style?
It's kind of rich. It's not real rich. It's a nice, smooth barbershop type. The one I can't wear is the barbershop fragrance from Happy Land Studios. That stuff is strong.
No.
I can't even put it on.
I haven't even smelt that yet. But I have this batch of all these things here to try. I might have to. Uh-oh, this might be after the initial. You know what? We're going to do it right here, right now, on this little chat. We're going to do a first impression. I have not sprayed that yet, so I think there's no better time than right now. Just got to find it. This was a good deal. It's like $45. You get a sample of every single one he has out right now. You can't go wrong with that. I just gotta find it. Man, it's a lot of fragrance.
I want to try Paisley.
Ooh, that one's good. I'm buying a bottle of that one.
I want to try Paisley Scott.
Yeah, I just did a review on that thing, man. That's fire, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've been hearing stories.
If you haven't seen that thing that I did on this one, this is supposed to be a mix between, I think, Psychedelic Love by Initio and Oud for Greatness. So if you like those fragrances, I can see that it's a good mix of that thing. Pretty potent. All right, so look, just for you, I'm going to do this to myself. This is barber. Just before I spray this.
Hey, what size are those samples?
5 ml maybe? They're pretty good.
You get how many of them?
Like 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 for how much? For $45?
Shipped, yeah. It might have been 50 shipped, but it was right around 50. It was 45, I think.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I think I saw something about that, and I totally forgot to order them.
Just before I jump into spraying that on my hand for a minute, this is the only Cartier I have. Or Cartier. Hey, look at that. You get the real deal. You get the whole bottle. This is the only Cartier I have, which is Liemvo.
Yeah, I got that.
It's nice, man. It's a classy scent.
Yes, I like that a lot. I got that too.
Yeah, I wore this a ton. See, right there. See,
Yeah.
I've sprayed it 5 times. It smells so good, but I just realized every time I go to like wear it, it's the wrong time of the season or something for me, and then I grab something else. But all right, we're gonna go barbershop right now. You've seen it here first. EJ
Okay.
Wells. Here we
Yeah,
go, bud.
for sure. 11
Okay.
decants for 45.
Sprays. I sprayed 2 sprays. First off, Mr. Chief Sense is right. This is a very strong fragrance. Oof. It's not bad at all. It's strong as heck, though. My nose is on fire right now.
Yeah, it smells great, man. It's just strong.
Why didn't you warn me that it was strong? No, just kidding. Man, that's a nice fragrance. It's It's very strong. What is this supposed to be?
You got to be a man's man to wear that.
Yeah. Is this supposed to be their
Gotta
version?
have hair on your chest.
Is this? Well, I'm in trouble then, because seriously, I can't even go. Like, this is like a week without shaving.
Yeah.
I'm like 41, man. Come on, this is craziness. Is this supposed to be like at the barbers or one of those things? Their version of like Maison Margiela at the barbers? Is that what this is supposed to be? Anybody know?
I can't even review it because I can't wear it.
It's definitely got that barbershop smell. Happy Land makes super strong stuff, yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm looking to I'm gonna order one of those, but I'm looking right now first to unload. I want to sell a few bottles, maybe like have like 4 or 5 bottles I'm trying to sell. Then I'll order one of those.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna do it, DM EJ. Just let him know that you're gonna do it, and he'll work with you right side by side. You don't have to order on the site. He'll take care of it for you. He'll send you like a PayPal link and stuff. He's a nice guy.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll message him.
Yeah.
EJ Wells, right?
EJ Wells, yeah. The
great thing, the great thing about his fragrances, for those people who complaining about performance, you ain't got to worry about it.
No, not at all. That pays the price up for us.
You ain't got to worry about performance at all.
Yeah, because that's another thing people gotta realize. Not everyone is looking for a fragrance that lasts 10 hours and project. A lot of people don't like. I noticed out here in the real world outside of Fragcom, a lot of people don't like fragrances that are too strong. They complain about it. They like them to be soft projectors. I noticed that, especially like in the workplace, everybody like to have their own fragrance that smells like just enough so that the person that you're speaking to can smell it, but they don't want anybody wearing something that drowns out everybody else's scents. Know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, definitely. That's why I wear things like the more common stuff would be like L'Homme, like Prada L'Homme, or Bleu de Chanel, or YSL, YEDP. Real easy fragrances to wear that don't really offend anybody. But these things right here, is this the? Do you guys know if barbershop is supposed to be like at the barbers from Maison Margiela? Because they're similar. Just this has nowhere near the concentration that the one from Happy Land has. It smells good.
Yeah, I think when it's a strong performance, I don't mind it. Like, I think especially when it projects loud, you have to get something that has some type of quality to it, because there's some fragrances that smell real synthetic, and when they're strong, they can give people headaches. You even give yourself a headache.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right there. Just put this back up. My with that being said, my wife can't. It's so funny with all the fragrances and all the stuff I smell. Indoor spray. What's up, Mr. Miami Cuddles? Welcome aboard, brother.
What up, Miami?
She can't stand the smell of alcohol from the fragrances. Literally everything smells like alcohol to her. She's like, that smells horrible until the alcohol burns off.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like that alcohol smell, or there's sometimes that chemical smell. I mean, I don't mind the chemical smell. I don't like it, but I could deal with it. But in certain fragrances, it will give me a headache. Like in Ferrari, that Ferrari leather one.
Okay.
People like it. I spray it and I go, I can't smell it. It's pretty soft. So I spray more, and then I'm like, man, I go, this stuff is giving me a headache. I go, I can't. It smells too chemically, too cheap, and I can't wear it. I get dizzy. So I'm like, I can't really mess with it. And I wanted to do, maybe I'll still do the review, but it's not something I would wear regularly.
I'm just gonna tell you this straight up. I have this wrapped tightly in my sleeve right now, and I still can smell this like it's against my nose. Mr. Cheap Sense is on point with that. That's so strong. Like that's a one spray. Like that's a one spray fragrance.
A half a spray.
Let me rephrase that. It's a one spray out of this thing, not the fire hose. The one you have, absolutely half spray. Those things are fire hoses. And the real bottles, those things are crazy.
Do you ever find
Yeah.
that some fragrances? Have you ever had fragrances that has kind of like a soft projection? Like I did this with the Sunshine Man cologne I had sprayed it, and I was like, I could smell it when I go like that, but it doesn't project too loud. And when I went outside on a hot day, it was a little bit more than a skin scent, but it wasn't too loud. And when I was in the heat, it was like I was really smelling it. I was like, wow, it projects a lot louder when you're in the heat. And for me, that type of scent was not bad. It was a scent I don't mind in the heat. It's basically like an orange. To me, it smelled like orange cognac,
Nice.
like a Grand Marnier.
Yeah, that's nice. That's not a bad thing at all. You know, it's funny, if any of you have people in your life, or who, you know, we're talking about Valentine's Day stuff, right? A fragrance that, in my house anyways, gets told as one that's not offensive, doesn't bother my wife's nose, and she gets bugged by a ton of the fragrances, is this one right here. I don't know if it's Boys or Bois Blonde, or Boys Blondes or Bois Blondes Cologne Absolute by Alteria Cologne.
Was that a citrusy one? I heard they're like mainly citrusy.
Yeah, it's definitely a lighter fragrance, but it's just clean, fresh, and when you spray it, it's already where it needs to be. It doesn't go anywhere. It just stays there. It dries down a little bit from whatever the original spray is, but it's just a clean fragrance. And it's not too over the top soapy. It's just a clean, fresh, you know, nice fragrance. Black Phantom is his day.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Ambroxan. I guess it just depends, like any note, what you put it with. But it doesn't give me headaches. If it's too strong, I don't like it. If it's like the main prominent note. But it doesn't necessarily give me a head. Like I don't feel physically sick or anything like that.
Yeah, I like the nose tingle from Ambroxan. I don't know why, but for some reason I like that one. There's some of them that make me go like, I can't take this. Like it's like burning. I can't stand like the peppers in certain ones, or some.
Oh yeah, a strong pepper smells. That's definitely a pass for me.
Heavy rose for me too. Honestly, I can't take really heavy rose. Not because it's feminine or anything. There's just something about it that just doesn't do it for me. Maybe it's because my parents had flowers or something when we were younger, and it puts that horrible memory. But
yeah, damn rose garden we had. The rose garden. You know, one time I cut myself with the rose thorns. So I hate rose. No, painful memories.
That makes sense. Do we have
Dior Sauvage? The EDT used to give me a headache.
Dior Sauvage, EDT. I'm not spraying it. Because this is just about as strong as some of those other ones.
Yeah, that's a reputation that strong fragrances give off to people too. It has a negative stigma to it. Like outside of Fragcom, if you have a fragrance that's too loud, people think that like, oh, that guy's wearing too much cologne. That guy sprays too much. He doesn't know how to use cologne. You know, like he's still like a teenager that sprays 20 times. But really, you could just be wearing a fragrance that is just strong, and you sprayed only like 3 times.
What is papyrus? What is that? You see that comment? Papyrus smells like pickles and makes me want to puke. Yeah, I don't want a fragrance that smells like pickles. I know. I mean, if there was a fragrance that smelled like pickles, I probably would not buy it. Although, I may buy it just to add it to my collection. Just like if there was a fragrance that smelled like hot dogs, I would never wear it, but I would probably buy it to add it to my collection. So somebody would cut down and like spraying things to test them, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, try that one."
People would think you haven't bathed if you smell your cologne is too strong, like you're hiding something, some body odor.
Yeah, that's number one part of fragrance. It starts with soap. I mean, it's pretty cut.
Yeah, white bottle soap is the number one go-to fragrance. I gotta agree with you 100% right there.
If you start with water, you're in the right place, guys.
Have either one of y'all tried Miguel Matos Stella Stories?
Nope.
No, I'm not familiar with them.
Good. Have you?
Man, it smells like body fluid, all kinds of stuff.
Good body fluids? You know, I had to ask.
Yeah, it's supposed to, the story, I guess it was two guys, I guess two sailors were stranded on a raft or something on the ocean, and
I,
it's supposed to be them making love or whatever.
I Can't Quit You. That's just, is it called I Can't Quit You?
It was not a good experience, but I went through with it because I had the obligation to my subscribers, man. So I put on 7 sprays and did my review.
Did you say 7 sprays? Keith,
Yeah, I always do 7 sprays just so I can get a good amount.
well, at least you're keeping it even every time. That makes sense.
Irish Spring is I think that's a great smelling bar of soap.
It
If
is.
we go just based on scent, it's probably my favorite.
That and Dove, regular old
Yeah,
Dove.
I wear Dove a lot. I've been recently. I always wear the white bar of Dove for so many years, but recently I've been buying the green one. It's like a light green avocado. It says it has more aloe or something like that. I've been liking that one too lately. It has slightly a different smell to it, but it's still not like anything too strong. I've also been using a lot of like a million different shower gels. I've been trying to mix shower gels with fragrances. Like I use one shower gel and see if it matches with the fragrance I'm wearing that day, kind of like a layering thing. Because I bought a bunch of them for from Bath and Body Works for the when they had the 75% off sale. So I've been experimenting with those. A good one to me, if you guys ever want to buy a shower gel right there when they're on sale, is Twilight Woods. That one's fire.
Is it really? Where's that from? Just regular.
It's from Bath and Body Works. It has hold up, let me get it.
I'm gonna say this for one of our guys on here in the chat. Just where did Jerry D's quote go? Did he delete his comment? Where'd Jerry D's quote go about Aquamara?
Let me get that shower gel. It's this one. I got the mist and the gel.
Oh, okay. Maybe I missed it. I was gonna read that for you, Jerry. Sometimes, see, I haven't tried squid. Have you tried squid? I haven't tried squid. Definitely be cool.
You're talking about from zoologist?
Yeah, zoologist.
Yeah, I did some reviews on a few of them. I haven't done the whole collection yet. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I have to review the ones I have. I just got bee in the other day, and I have T-Rex, bat, I think I have panda and Macau or something like that.
Yeah, he sent me every carded sample he had.
That's all. Oh, I think I saw the video. If you go down,
Yeah,
I probably
man.
commented on that thing. I try to comment as much as I can. I'm trying to watch
Some of that stuff is a little challenging, and some of
a
it
little
is,
bit.
it smells good to me. Some of it do.
Yeah, you know what? They all smell pretty cool if you can put the right placement in your head. And again, it's on subject.
Okay,
like
I got it right here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it has lush berries, mimosa, and cypress wood. There's a creamy, clean, fresh scent. It's kind of creamy, and let me see. You could definitely smell the berries, and I wouldn't say almond, but some type of creamy. No, I think it's the cypress woods, because it's kind of like a sandalwood smell, like the texture.
Okay.
With berries, you definitely get the berries and the sandalwood. It's a nice one. Got these for $3 each. Got this.
Wow.
The spray was $3. This was $3, and the moisturizer was $3. So $9 for the set. And it smells good. You put the moisturizer and the spray on, it will last you a good like 3 hours.
That's how much panda I have left, John Harper. That's how much panda is left inside my little decant. I don't have a full bottle. This is a 30 or 50. I think it was a 50 ml decant that I had left over. But man, it's creepy, but in a good way. There we go. Jerry D's comment down below. Listen, Neil, let me tell you about Aqua Amara. That went crazy for days. That was pretty cool, though. You got your name listed on a bunch of sites and pages and people's posts and stuff. That was awesome, Mr. Miami Cuddles. Let's see here. All right, so I'll give you my number one. Now, My number one date fragrance is not fair because this version is not available anymore. So it's one of those type of tool bag moves by me posting this as number one. It's number one because I am married, and this is a fragrance that I bought back when I got married or a little bit before that because my wife loves the fragrance so much. So I'd be an idiot not to put this as number one on my top 5 fragrances for Valentine's Day. The original Dior Fahrenheit. So this is like a 20-year-old bottle. This stuff makes barbershop smell weak.
Actually sold mine.
You would wear that for a date?
What's that?
You would wear
I
that
sold
for a
mine
date?
a few days ago.
You did?
Yeah.
It's potent as heck. I wear this once a year, literally maybe twice, Valentine's Day and my anniversary. And every time I put it on, even as a frag head, I question myself why I did it. I like it.
I like it.
It's so strong.
I just didn't wear it.
Yeah. This one's more sentimental, but that's the only reason why it's number one on the list because, again, I'm a smart husband. The number one fragrance is the one my wife picked. So we're going to always choose that as number one when it comes to date for Valentine's Day. But yeah, it's potent. It definitely has that petrol smell. It's definitely stronger than the new stuff out there. I don't know if you've tried both or not, or if you've ever tried this one. I know you said you had a
No.
key. Oh, you had the other one?
Yeah, I had to reformulate it.
It's so strong. Like think of barbershop. Take Fahrenheit. Add that petrol smell, which is hard to describe, but take the strength of barbershop. This. Literally project.
I have one, but it's not the original one. It's an okay performer, but yeah, I hear that the original one was real beast mode.
Yeah, I used to think this was disgusting when I bought it. It's just like anything else. You start to develop different tastes. Things change, you know. I used to think as a kid peppers and onions were the most disgusting thing ever, and they were so spicy and hot they'd burn your face. And I'm talking about green peppers, you know, the ones that taste like water. Yeah, because they were called peppers, right? So they were spicy. It is what it is. You learn things over time. Taste change.
Yeah, I used to take the onions off my cheeseburgers as a kid.
Those are spicy onions, man. Those little chunks right in there. Ooh, that's so dangerous. Now I'm like, brown those things up. Those things are delicious. Let's do this. That's called flavor. Let's see. I like the Avenging Zoologist taste. Yeah, that's a smart move, John. The one he said about the zoologist takes, you know, it's cool. The art, the journey, definitely awesome. Those decants I showed you.
Green onions. I'm a purple onion guy. I rarely buy the regular white onions nowadays.
Yeah, purple onion's good. I like all that stuff as long as it's cooked right and it's good, solid. Did you just can you highlight Mr. Miami Cuddles post down below there? Seriously? That's how you get kicked out of a gym. You go there smelling like Fahrenheit, they're like, who is that guy? The people you're on the treadmill, you're like, here we go. And the person in the one next to you falls over and passes out. They're like, what happened? Something, the guy smells weird. Get him out of here. They take that guy out. You're like, I'm moving my treadmill so they don't know it's me. Move to the next one.
From Pep Boys, from the mechanic shop.
Yeah, no, seriously. It's it's pretty potent.
They're not gonna move down from the treadmill. They're gonna move the treadmill.
That's it. We're gonna bring it outside. I think something's dead inside of the machine. And I like the fragrance, but man.
I think for the gym, but definitely like a body spray is more the way to go. Or one of those fragrance mists I just showed you. Because it lasts an hour or two for the time you're gonna be there, and they don't project too strong.
Yeah, I think what would I use when I train like jiu-jitsu and jeet kune do and all these other martial art things over time. And I tore my last January, so 2019, I tore both of my biceps training with somebody, just like an idiot. I upped a rank, and then you had like a shark bait. So you're in the middle and just keep going with a bunch of people. And me, I wasn't going to quit. Of course, I just got to bump up a rank. You got to keep going, right? No, dumbest move ever. Tore my bicep, stretched it out, kept rolling, holding my gi. It was, like I said, jiu-jitsu. So I was holding my gi, using one hand the rest of the day. And what did I do with that one? Tore that bicep. So I was out for a year. Just get to the point now that, grabbing stuff the right way with the grips is strong again. So for me, the gym scent that I would use to not offense anybody was normally, I think it was Dove body spray, just extra deodorant. And it was just to have some sort of a scent that made it so I didn't smell like my gym bag, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Also, especially like some people go on a bike to the gym, or it's not too far from your house, so you walk to it. Like I had a gym right here 2 blocks away, so I just walk there. And especially when you're in a place like that, when you're done working out, you want to hit the locker room, wash your face, whatever, and you want to spray something out so that in that walk back, you're not like smelling like sweat, So sometimes you apply it after you leave, when you're done with the workout.
Yeah.
If you know you're gonna be walking, like I'll walk home after, and I'll be like, I'll just spray some body spray on. I used to use the Axe ones because I'm like, I don't want to be walking and now bump into friends or homies, homegirls, whatever, and you're like smelling, I'm musky.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's way better than smelling like musky mildew or whatever you want to call it. I'm not gonna lie, Neil, Mr. Miami Cuddles, man, you crack me up. Barbershop is also a great gym frag. It's not. Maybe it is. If that's what you choose, man, I agree. But this is still pushing through my sweatshirt, and I've smelled like 4 different fragrances since I sprayed this under my arm. You know what I mean? That was a long time ago, and it's pushing through.
Man, I don't know. Like in my first videos, when I first started doing reviews, then I stopped for like 2 months because I broke my arm too. And I noticed after, like if I don't even work out that much anymore, but when I try to work out, I could do like push-ups and stuff like that or lift weights, but I could no longer do pull-ups, and I used to do pull-ups a lot. Like if I could push this way, but I can't hold on to something and go backwards because my arm would immediately hurt. I wouldn't even be able to hold my own weight on a pull-up. Like you could still see it here. It was not that long ago. I don't know if you can still see, like I have like a big ball here, and they want me to go to see right there. You see like a den or something.
Yeah, physical therapy retrainer type deal.
Yeah. They want me to go to therapy to fix this because I don't have it on my other arm.
That's because the insurance doesn't want you to fix it.
Yeah, they told me to do the specific exercises to get like strength back on it. So I don't know. I just never ended up going, but I probably should have. Because I didn't know about how much it's gonna cost and all that.
Yeah, it's pricey. In reality, so just a funny note, one of the people we train with, she was a sports therapist for one of the sports teams. I don't remember which one. And then she came here. Now she works for a sports medicine and therapy company. She's a chiropractor, sports medical, recovery specialist, all this other crazy stuff. And she's funny. She's like, what did she tell you to do? So she's like, well, first off, she's like, get like a 2-pound weight in each hand and just keep doing curls. Just keep doing them over and over and over and over until you can't do it anymore. And then hold it like up, but not all the way up, just out, and tighten your hand as much as you can. Slowly go down. Do that as long as you can until it burns. And then she said something that blew my mind. She said, tore 2 of your biceps. You got 2 on each side. So the first one is gone, towards or whatever. Now you got to train the second bicep on that arm. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, think of the word bicep. You have 2 biceps on each arm. One is never really used until the other one fails. Did you know that?
All that. I know you have a bicep and a tricep on the back.
You have 3 triceps. So when one gives away, guess what happens? The other ones are there still. The biceps, though, it goes from one. Imagine like have you ever seen someone's arm with like the bicep looks like it's hanging over the side because it's all torn or messed up?
Yeah, when they get like a big ball moving this way and stuff, guys.
So what happens is they have to retrain it. So the ligament goes further out to the back of the bicep, which makes it form the shape again, and then you can it'll look like a normal bicep again after a while. It's insane, but it's painful until you get it there. But see, we learned something new today.
Yeah, I saw your videos, Miami, on Facebook. He was showing back in like '92, back in the day, and he was looking in good shape when he was young. And his like, what were you there, like 30, late 20s? He was like working out and running around, and I was like, hey, he's looking like in good shape. He was back in his back in the 90s were a good era, man. And that video I saw, like, well, that had to be like the 90s.
I think Miami Cuddles would have been the most amazing person to ever go to clubs with. I'm not lying. I think he would have been insanely fun. We would have walked in and would have been like, whoa! Like one of those big, huge, exciting. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And
Yeah,
that's
I gotta throw out my old videos on Facebook too for those that follow me. All my old videos working out like Miami Cutters. I think I have some. If I look from, I have some CDs. I just don't know how I would load the video to the laptop because that was pretty cool. I kind of want to show some of my old videos too now.
see, there you go. What's your guys' next
That
fragrance?
was also like 24, 25.
What's your next fragrance, Jay or Mr. Cheap Sense?
Yeah, what you got, kid? I don't really have a fifth one.
Eee. I still can't believe I pulled this thing out. This thing's like in the back of the bottom row. You guys can't even like see. It's down too low. There's a lot of fragrances down there. This one here somehow is always back there. I don't know why. I should wear this more often. It's good fragrance.
I never tried it out.
So I was on Instagram earlier, and I heard some people talking about a particular fragrance. They said they didn't like it, and I actually smelled it today, and I like it. And it is Serge Lutens Chergui.
Man, I'm jealous. That's on my list.
I just bought that. It's on the mail. It's on its way
It's
here.
only a little small sample that somebody sent me, but it smells good.
I hear a lot of good stuff about that one. That's one of my lists.
Yeah, I want a bottle.
What does it smell like?
It has a honey note in it, which gives it some sweetness. It's got a weird note of hay in it, but it's well blended, so you really can't tell the difference.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's cool. I still have nothing from that, man. I definitely need to get something from that house because I haven't even tried one.
You talk about I never thought he heard me say shit.
I bought that one too recently, Keith. I just haven't. I bought it on a blind buy, and I haven't. I have to wait for it to get here. It should be here probably by Friday or Monday.
That's not a bad thing, man. I'm jealous of that too. I put myself on a blind hiatus.
I have some amazing subscribers, man, and they really do look out. I got so many samples of stuff I haven't even tested yet, but this ended up being one of them.
That's awesome.
That's cool right there, man. Yeah, when people hook you up with little samples and stuff, that's cool because we don't always have money, so it gives you something to review, gives you content. I got a few, but it's all stuff that's kind of played out. Let me bring some of them.
That's cool though. Yeah, Serge Lutens. It's funny. Every time I think about it, I never do it. I'm like, man, I gotta get a Serge Lutens fragrance. Such great stuff. You hear about that one. You hear about Gingembre or whatever it's called there. A few different other ones. I just need to get my nose on them.
Yeah, I think it's worth the purchase, man.
Yeah, I see. For me, it's kind of cool because I'll buy it. I'll decant though. Like I'll sell some of the decants to get the money back for the bottle on something like that because they're not too expensive. They're pretty fairly priced. It's like the good stuff. The problem is when I really like the fragrance, I won't decant it. If I love it, like a lot, unless it was really expensive and I had to get something back. But I've never decanted any of the Initios, and they sit on the shelf really nicely up there. And I've worn them all like twice each, if that.
I got these right here. I know some of you guys, I've seen you guys pull out big bags with like a bunch of stuff. These are the only ones I have here, and I haven't even used them. There's Eternity Intense, Polo Red, Boss the Saint. These are all kinds of ones that people reviewed a lot already, I think. Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme. This one I want to try out because I might buy this one. I'm considering buying out. But I want to try it out first and see if I like it.
I'm a fan.
I like the YSL brand, and in general, I find it to be like a good brand. The Prada L'Homme. Then it's 1 Million and Dylan Blue and stuff like that you all heard of already.
Yeah, L'Homme's nice in my opinion. It's a nice fragrance. I like, honestly, a lot of the loam stuff, the loam hole, like all the flankers and stuff, as well as the La Nuit de Loam flankers. I like a lot of those. People complain about the blue ones and stuff because they're blue. That's pretty much all they are, is trying to be another blue fragrance. But they still smell good. At least to me, they do.
Yeah, YSL. To me, I like that brand over Prada.
With that being said, great talking to you guys. Not just kidding.
Yeah, if I go based on the fragrance prices, those those two tend to be like around the same price, and I like YSL. So if I'm gonna spend that much, I tend to prefer YSL over Prada.
That makes sense.
I haven't looked enough to try any product fragrance. Not
Yeah.
from the Loam line.
You haven't tried them, or you just have no want to?
I haven't tried them. I just haven't had the opportunity.
Well,
Yeah,
then,
I tried them at the stores.
you haven't
but
tried these at all? This
I
whole
have
style?
these, I haven't even used these the decants, the little samples.
You haven't
I
tried these at all?
if I bought them at a price I like, if it was a price that I was like, you know what, at that price I'll pick it up. But at the 60, 70, like at the 70, 75 they are at Fragrance Net, those are skips for me at that price.
Yeah, some of them are just too. If it's not your fragrance, especially, there's so much money to put into it. It really is. But Keith,
Yeah, the higher the fragrances, the higher the price, the more picky you gotta be about if that's something you wanna pick up. Like that because a lot of if it's $100 fragrance, $125 fragrance at that price, they're mostly all gonna smell good. But how is it worth the 125? Be more picky about which ones you pick up at that price.
but Keith, so just so I make sure, you said you haven't tried any of these yet, the Prada Loam stuff.
Nope.
Send me a DM. I'll send you a few 2 mls. I'll hook you up.
Okay.
I know a guy.
Appreciate it.
Well, just because it's out of reach, we're gonna try to get these for you. There's enough to try. I'm not gonna lie. Probably my most worn fragrance is. That's why I made the joke about leaving when he said Prada's not his favorite house.
And that's a lot of product.
Okay. The problem is I don't wear them as much as I should. I always just go back to this, which would make sense to just continually buy this.
Yeah, you don't have the Prada Splash. That's one I was kind of considering, but if I find it at a deal I like.
No, I have this one, which is the Absolute or whatever it's called. Absolute. I don't have the Splash. This is the one with the funky back. I mean, honestly, I like all of these things. They smell good. I have to rank them. I have to do a video where I rank them and say which one I like.
What you need is some Prada shades. I'll spend my money on some Prada shades.
I don't have Prada shades. Now I have to buy shades. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Because now I feel like I actually need those.
Yeah, the Prada shades are dope. I'm feeling them, but they're kind of expensive.
Yeah, last year I ended up getting a lot of what were they called? What the heck was it? A bunch of Oakley and Ray-Ban sunglasses.
The good thing about all those is that they're guaranteed for life. So every time you use them, you just call a number. They send you another pair.
I didn't know that.
So you have them the rest. You pay like $300, but you have them the rest of your life. Every time you lose them, call. They send you another pair. Call.
Which one's that? Oakley or for?
Yeah, all of those. They come insured. That's why they're so expensive, because they're supposed to they're meant to last you forever. The only thing is, if you call like 4 times in 1 year, then they start complaining. They're like, wait a minute, like, are you really losing them? Like,
that's awesome. I didn't even know that. I think I have like 6 pairs that I'll put up on like swaps or trades with some cologne or fragrances or somewhere at some point, because I bought them.
You call like once every, say you buy a pair and you call like once every 3 years. You know what? I lost my pair. They ship you another one. 2 years later, hey, I lost them again. They ship you another one. If it's just once in a while, they'll ship them to you, and for the rest of your life. I mean, for $300 is a steal.
No, that's phenomenal. Yeah, because I break sunglasses every 3 months.
Yeah, same here. I lose shades. I lose shades like exactly like every 2-3 months. But I buy Olympics and Dockers. Those are the 2 I like.
Oh yeah, no, they're nice. You know what's good too is Timberland always has really good priced sunglasses. I don't know who makes them for them, but if you go to like Marshalls or TJ Maxx or whatever the stores are, for like $10 to $20, you can get a nice pair of Timberlands.
Dockers are at Sears. They're like $35, and the Olympics are about 25. So I like those because they're real comfortable too, and they're not too expensive. So if you lose them, you're like, oh well, those are like $20.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's way better. Some of the stuff's crazy. I gotta stop spraying cologne. I have no idea how many things I've sprayed so far. Out of control.
Are you guys familiar with that house, Historias de Parfum?
I've only got one really nice fragrance actually. 1740. I think it's Market de Sade or whatever it's called. It doesn't say it on here, but I think that's what this one is. Pretty cool. Histories de Parfum. The fragrance is wicked nice.
I have seen those bottles. I never tried any, but I've seen those bottles in a few videos.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a little bit stinky, but in a nice way, if that makes sense. Kind of like Roja, not as eccentric as like a Roja fragrance, but that same like rich smell. It really is a nice fragrance. I don't even know how to describe it. I have to do a review on this. I can't decant anymore now. All the rest of it that's missing was decanted, other than like I probably wore this 4 times, but I've decanted the rest to cover the bottle, of course, because.
Have any specific house you like, Keith? Like a specific thing you kind of grew up with before you collected?
Say again, I couldn't argue.
I said, do you have any like specific house that like a brand you used to migrate to a lot? I know once you collect, you just buy a lot of brands, but like maybe before you started collecting a brand that was kind of your go-to.
Probably Versace.
Versace has good ones. They're a lot of people bash them because once you collect, they're like, oh, they're mass appealing, they're easy to wear. But before you collect, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. I think Versace was probably my go-to house.
I was always into Giorgio Armani brand. I don't know why. It was just they just tend to, when I got one, I was always like, man, they always produce a banger.
Yeah, I don't think I had a real brand. I used to wear, I think the first one I wore was Aspen, and then like then Curve, and then Durkar. So it was just like massive, feeling popular fragrances. And then from there, the can was open, and it was.
I also used to like the Perry Ellis ones because they were pretty cheap, like $15-$20, and they smelled nice. They were definitely synthetic, like they were cheap smelling. Not that the smell was bad, but you could tell it wasn't like quality. It was it smelled like chemicals. Yeah. But they were always nice to wear as well.
The Liz Claiborne stuff used to be like that too. It used to be really sweet, like Mambo and Spark and all that kind of stuff.
I never tried them though. I never messed with any of them.
I used to like those. There was another one, I can't remember the brand, but I have a bottle of it somewhere. It was called Red. It was just red. Yeah, you know what? It's funny because, like we say, everyone has their own type of thing. This one's one that I like a lot, Prada. It's not really Jay's thing. And Versace for me is not one of my. Hey, Mom, there's Mambo right there. That's a good fragrance.
How's that smell? I see it. You know what? I might pick it up. I seen it in the stores. That's it's in like a lime scent.
I think it's like a rich, like a sweet scent. Am I right? Am I getting the memory right?
Yeah.
I liked it. It was good.
I passed on this so many times when I was younger because just looking, it looked more like a female fragrance than a men's fragrance.
Yeah, the shape of the bottle.
Almost always in the women's department.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? It gives me a strong vibe, 80s vibe. Like, remember back in the 80s, your furniture, your sofas, your curtains had those type of colors to them?
Yep.
Back as a kid, those colors were like big. It kind of gives me that vibe. Then even Mambo was big back then. That Mambo dancing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The more like Lambada, the forbidden dance.
Back in the 90s, the Macarena.
Yeah. That's phenomenal. I still have to play that thing at events.
Yeah, it became a big hit. The Macarena, everybody's going like that and walking. I remember the 80s Mambo was big and salsa.
legendary and epic.
That's Michael Jackson came in the late '80s and blew everybody away with the moonwalk, and he did all kinds of weird shit with his dancing. Ain't nobody's ever gonna be able to do any other stuff either. Remember, he used to stand like that, like leaning straight forward like that, and without falling.
All right, so you had to go there, and this is gonna blow your mind if you get a chance to do this. You heard it here first, right here on Cali Reviews. If you get a chance, and it's not the thing you want to watch, it's not going to be a movie you're ever going to want to watch all the way through, but there's a movie from Bob Fosse, okay? Bob Fosse is like a legendary like Broadway choreographer, so on and so forth, that taught Michael Jackson how to dance. In his movie called Little Prince, he's like this creepy serpent guy or whatever it is, like some weird thing. Like if you look it up on YouTube, it's there. It's very weird to watch, but he does all of the moves that Michael Jackson does before Michael Jackson ever did them in the movie, including the lean, including the moonwalk, including the foot kick, including the white shoes, and do everything.
But can he do it? Yeah, I believe he probably taught Michael Jackson, but can he do it as good as Michael Jackson?
Watch it and then let me know what you think.
Because I saw, Justin Timberlake was a big Michael Jackson fan. It was his idol. And I saw one of the music awards. Michael Jackson showed up when Justin Timberlake was gonna perform, and they stood next to each other and they rocked the house. They stood next to each other, and they both started dancing at the same time, doing the same moves. Even though Justin Timberlake practiced all of Michael Jackson's moves, and Timberlake can sing. I mean, he can dance. But next to Michael Jackson, they were doing the same moves at the same time, and it looked like garbage. He looked amateur next to him because he was doing them a lot better. Like smoother.
Well, it's
Michael Jackson.
Everyone knows that's his moves. So that's what makes you. That's what'll throw you for a loop. You got to watch. I'll send you a message to remind you to watch it. I'll find the link and send it to you.
Yeah. Message me the link if you have it for sure. Man, because I was a big Michael Jackson fan of his dance moves, and I like Justin Timberlake too. And I think that's why I like the way he danced, because a lot of it was like he was a fan of Michael Jackson, so he got a lot of ideas from him. And when I saw that on the awards, I was like, oh shit, I go, Michael Jackson just showed up. The whole crowd was like, because it wasn't announced or anything that he was going to show up. He just showed up. And they started dancing together. I was like, Timberlake can dance. I go, but when you see him next to Michael Jackson, you know why Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson. It's like when you see Kobe, you go, yeah, he does a lot of Jordan's moves, and he's great, and everybody thinks he's better than Jordan. So Jordan shows up and does them, and you're like, wow, like it's not close.
It's like clone fragrance. It's very close, but not always the same.
Yeah, like a clone fragrance. We're like, yeah, this is real. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Then you know the real thing. You're like, yeah, it's similar, but but it's not quite the same.
That's it. That's the way it works, man. It's a good reference. I like the way you went into that. That was a good lead-in, right? You know what's funny though? So out in California, my sister-in-law used to live out there, and she worked in like the Staples Center. They have like a nice club or bar or something inside of it. And she used to say that they had a sister club out there as well. And Timberlake was there. He had like a private party at that sister club. And someone called her. She was always a fan. She went over there because someone said, hey, he's here. And he heard her talking. She has like a Boston accent, so she doesn't say all of her R's and things like that. So he's like, hey, who is the person from Boston? Can he hear you? And then he called her over. And she said he sat down with her and a couple other people and just talked for like an hour and a half. Said he was like the nicest guy, super friendly. Kept talking about how much he loves Boston because he's good friends with Jimmy Fallon. He was talking about like that type of stuff. And he's like, I love Boston. I love it. He's like, say this for me. He kept asking for it. But the moral of the story is that guy's supposed to be a super, super nice guy. And you hear bad stories about a lot of people, but it was cool to hear a good one about that guy.
About who?
Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah, no, everybody says he's like a real nice guy. You saw they try to bash him on Twitter?
They try to bash everybody on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter is a garbage. It's kind of, I like using it, but it's a lot of negativity there. He posted a tweet saying, I'm going out with this sexy girl. He goes, no, he says, I'm going out with my sexy wife. And then all these women and all these guys are like, you fucking sexist. How could you say that about her? And this and that. And then she came out the next day on an interview. And they said, how could he tweet this on Twitter? And then they go, did you see all the negative tweets he got in return? Everybody was hating on him. And she came out defending him. She goes, I'm his wife. If he tweets, I'm going out with my sexy wife. I'm not offended by my husband calling me sexy. She had to. She's like, I can't believe I gotta explain this to you people.
Yeah, that is so messed up. That is so. Yeah, it is. It's just some of the social media stuff kills you, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that was funny, and they were talking about that, and she was saying that she goes, the media always tries to make couples fight and break up and stuff. She goes, but me and Justin Timberlake, she goes, we don't fall for that. We don't pay attention to them, and they do, and they have a good relationship.
That's because he chose the right fragrance for the date.
Because he wore Aventus.
That's it. He wore Aventus. You notice how that wasn't on any of our lists? Was that because we didn't want anyone to say, "Oh, it's not on your list"? I would grab that, but my wife's not the biggest fan of it, and I utilized her in my mindset behind my top, frags, and that I wanted to use like a nice mix of fragrances, which is key. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Justin Timberlake and his wife, they make a great pair because they're both like they don't let the whole Hollywood thing get to them. They still are grounded.
When am I going to wear Miami Cuddles? I don't know what I'm going to wear 1740 again. I'm going to probably put that on my list to do a review, so at some point I will. That's a good fragrance. I like that one. That's one of those that when people see that I've had the bottle or I put up a few decants, everyone grab those as soon as I put them up for any grade or sale or whatever. What is that? Mambo?
All right, fellas, we're getting close to the 2 hour mark, so we'll cut it off at 2 hours. We're at 150 right now.
That sounds good since it's like 12:10 here in New England. I only have to be at work in 6 hours.
It's only gonna be morning right now.
I'm still sending you a link to that video of that dude dancing, so you can be like, man, and make
Yeah,
your
yeah,
mind.
send me that link for sure. Right now, I'll watch it while I eat. I'm gonna warm something up right now, and I'll watch that videos. I'll never get tired of. I think that he was a good singer, Michael Jackson, but I think his dancing is his dancing and his music videos really blew him up more.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what it is? Overall, it's just his overall performance and being a quote unquote game changer or difference maker. It just made a big difference.
Oh yeah, he was definitely a difference maker. How you say he's a game changer because he was the first one to really use when MTV came out. He was the first one to use it to his advantage. He said, "What? I know how to dance. I know how to do videos and this and that." But we were just on the radio, So he was the first one to say, "I could now show you a visual to my music."
Yeah, Thriller and stuff like that. All those different things are just insane. The choreography and like Beat It and Billie Jean and the storylines and the lighted floor. I mean,
My two favorite videos were
Phenomenal.
Thriller, and the one where he says "The way you make me feel," where he's like in an alley talking to a girl.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great song. That reminds me of the flip side of that. It's like Billy Joel for the longest time, or Uptown Girl. Like Uptown Girl is the one I'm thinking of actually. So those two, they just the old classic, fun, happy music video. Just
Thriller, where he's a vampire. That was the big one.
oh yeah, that's crazy. Thriller's a great movie. I mean, it is. It's like a small movie. And of course, you add Vincent Price's voice into that. Come on, that's like adding James Earl Jones' voice into something. As soon as you hear
James Earl Jones got that legendary voice with Darth Vader. Legendary.
well, that's like I said, him, Vincent Price. Yeah, even like somebody like it's not the same as those two in my opinion, but like Samuel L. Jackson, you hear him talk, and even more so Morgan Freeman. You hear him talk. First off, respect. Like you just want to listen to whatever the heck the dude's going to say, because he always sounds so smart, so polite, and just like educated, I guess, if that makes sense. But just from natural education, I don't know. When you hear him talk, I love hearing that dude talk. Morgan Freeman, just sick. But James Earl Jones, I want him to read me a bedtime story.
James Earl Jones, he has that legendary voice, man. And I think the big part of because he was already a kind of known actor, I think, when he played Darth Vader, but that blew him up like more.
There's so many good movies.
He made a lot of commercials back in the early 2000s where he doesn't come out, but it's just his voice, like car commercials or insurance commercial and stuff, and you just hear the voice.
Yes, and I cannot create it, even though I would love to.
That's the whole Barry White thing, where they say his voice is a panty dropper.
Oh yeah, even better than like if you would actually think. Now tell me if I'm wrong. If you and I wish to, I might have to learn to do an impression of him at some point, maybe because it would just be so good. I don't think I could do it, and I would do horrible, and people would laugh, so it might be even better. But just the fact, like if you heard this, Jay, throw away all of your perfume and cologne, in the James Earl Jones voice, you would be like, God, okay, all right, whatever you say, because not for nothing, even if you don't believe, if you just randomly heard that voice, you better do it because that voice is so godly and powerful. You know what? I'm going to get rid of it. I'm not afraid of the coronavirus. I'm not going to spray all of it, like I said, and suffocate myself in perfume and alcohol. I'm going to burn the stuff because that voice from James Earl Jones, whatever he says, other than hurt my family for any reason, way, shape, or form, I will do. Like, I want to go find McDonald's or whatever it was from Coming to America back in the day, just so I can hear his voice.
All right, fellas. I think we're getting close to that mark already. You guys wanna give put your channel out there, and then just when you're done, post a link in the comment section. Well, go back to the video, post a link so that way people know where to find you. You wanna go first? Who wants to go first?
I'll give it to Mr. Cheap Sense. He's been in this longer than any of us, I think. At least longer than me.
Let the viewers know where they can find you, Keith.
Say again. It's a weird echo.
I'm gonna say let the viewers know where they can find you. What's your channel name? And then at the end of the video, in the comment section, post your link.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Yeah, you'll find the link to the channels in the comment section for everybody watching. Go to the comment section, you'll find a link to the channels. Just click on them and just hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. This is Keith, aka Mr. Cheap Sense. That's gonna be his channel. And or you could just click on the icon and it should take you to his channel. If you post anything, click on his icon and it'll take you to his channel. And you wanna put your channel out there, was it making sense?
Making sense. There you go. Eee.
I'm still trying to figure out why my mic.
Yeah, it's like an echo, how you said. Sometimes it goes normal, then it goes echo.
It's playing games on you.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram. Everything says, just type in Mr. Cheap Sense. You'll find me everywhere to pop up.
That's a great name, by the way. Did you come up with that?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Someone say that.
Yeah, I tried to change it one time.
Really? That's a great name, though, Mr. Cheap Sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was because nobody really was messing with me as far as like wanting to send samples or, and I thought that was why.
Oh, okay. You know what? I don't even know why they do what they do, but it's funny. I actually reached out to, just in perspective, to one of the houses to get samples, not freebie samples or anything even like that. I was buying them, and they offered like a special discount, and I was like, no, just I'll pay the regular price. Just send it to me. And they're like, what? And they're like, I'm like, I don't want to. It's like a $10 discount for what they were offering. I'm like, I'm gonna just pay the full price. If I dislike it, I dislike it. If you ever want to send something, I'll take it and I'll review it, but it's never going to be changed. It's going to be, if I like it, I like it. I remember I did the Navitu stuff, and I don't want to go into that right now in general, but I liked a few of them. I didn't like the other, like a couple of them. And I sprayed one. I was like I made a worse face in the barbershop thing today, like times 10. And I'm like, yeah, you saw my reaction, right? Just what it was.
I remember one of the fragrance companies I reached out to. They told me I purchased something. They would send me some carded samples. I'm like, that's weird.
You know what? It is what it is, right? Gotta love the game. It does get expensive to take, though. It's a tough one to keep up with.
Yeah. So I'm trying to sell a few bottles, or maybe the ones I have like big 200 ml bottles of. Try to decant out half of the bottles just to get some money back, because yeah, you do spend a good amount.
That's it, man. Well, dude, thanks so much for having me on here. It was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
no problem, guys. We'll hopefully do this again. Thank everybody for watching. You guys make it happen. Without you guys, the chat would be still. And hopefully you like this topic. We'll come back at you next week. We're gonna do this every Wednesday. We try to do it at between 6 and 6:30 as the time will start. Again, sometimes things don't go according to plan, so it could be a little later or a little earlier. But we try to keep the start at around somewhere around that time. So tune in definitely next Wednesday for our next topic next week. I guess that's all I got to say for today. We set our piece for on this topic, and we'll get back at you next week. Peace.
Peace out, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day.